Hi, everybody. It's me, Jordan Long here. And today I'm going to talk about, yes, Donald Trump got elected as President of the United States. And, and what some people may or may not think of it. Now, everybody is entitled to his or her opinion, and they may differ. First off, very surprised that he actually did get elected. Well, not that he didn't have his supporters, of course he did, but it was because of the things he would say, or at least the things that were taken out of context. I mean, all of the commercials out there, advertisements, would have him say this about that or that about that person and that, and it made him come off as a jerk. Now, I'm not saying that that's his intention, or I'm not saying that's how he is. I don't really know him personally. I know him from his work and from the stuff he's done. Anyway, but apparently some people are afraid of things like this happen. I guess people are kind of afraid of changes people might make. The terrormongers are out there, and they're always going to be out there. Hold on, I think I know how some of these people are afraid. Let me change it. Some of these people are afraid it might go something like this. You talk to some people who are going to say, oh, great, he's going to ruin everything. Well, how do you know he's going to ruin everything? Because he doesn't have any governmental experience. I mean, he's not any different from any other people that got elected as president. I mean, yes, he has a problem with running and not thinking before he says. That seems to be a big issue, but at the end of the day, I think he's going to bring a lot of good new ideas to the table. I guess look outside the box. Well, when you think of it, you really can't do anything to fix any of this stuff. I mean, unemployment rate's always going to be there. Education, defense are always going to be things you can try to improve on. I mean, energy, youth's going to try to play on keeping, making taxes reasonable taxes. Those are things they're always going to try to work on. Yeah, but you see what he says and what he does. Yeah, but then no one's perfect. I mean, everybody else that ever got elected said and did some foolish things, I mean, if we wanted to go investigate, we could look at everyone who ever got elected as president and find out that they had said and did some foolish things and stuff they weren't proud of. And, they weren't perfect. They made some of their mistakes. Yeah, I think that people forget that he's human, and humans do make mistakes and say things they're not proud of, And I think because people are afraid that, he comes from wealth, so he knows nothing about government. Well, that's true. That he does own his own casino organization, the Trump organization, and unlike most, but then again, nowhere does it say that your wealth or lack of it qualifies you from running. I mean, as long as you're in the right age, and as long as you are a legal citizen, and as long as you meet all the characteristics, you're pretty much qualified. And I'm sure you got to have some degrees in political science somewhere, or some type of master's degree in business to even be considered. But besides all of those things, I think he'll do a good job. I don't really think he could do any worse than anybody else who's come before him. It's not like it's not like he's gonna come along and say, I screwed it up big time, I screwed it up more than all my other predecessors. How was that, Mr. Trump? Well, you see, President Trump said I screwed it up because I thought I could fix everything, and it turns out that you can't fix everything. You can only make some improvements here. And I don't know. It's just people that I just screwed it up somehow because that's what people expect. They expect new people to screw up. They don't expect them to do. They expect them to do worse. But the truth is, I can't do any worse than anybody else that came before me. And that's the truth. You know, he hasn't even been elected yet. He's the president elect. You know, we still got 3 months left of Barack Obama term. And I know you people are afraid that he's going to wreck it up, but when you think of it, that was what they said about everybody else that ever became president. He's going to wreck it up. He's going to wreck it up. She's going to wreck it up, even though we really haven't had a female president yet, but that might happen one day. Not right now, though, but we're getting very close. But anyway, regardless, that's what they said about everybody who either ran for president, got elected as president, ran for president, did not get elected for president. That's what they said. That they would screw it up. That they would mess it up. I guess he can't. I guess, he can't do any more worse than anybody else before him. Plus, I did think that he had some good ideas about improving on education and defense and the unemployment rate and, working on energy and having taxes down a bit. So I think he could do a good job. But I still think he can do a lot worse, given the fact that he really hadn't had any experience in politics, though. Yeah, before I end this video, that might be one little concern. The fact he doesn't really have any experience in politics. Now, when you mean experience in politics, you mean having experience in working in local, county, or state government. And maybe it's true he doesn't really have all that governmental experience that most people who work in government usually have. But he does have some managerial experience, and running management is kind of like running government. Only the difference is, instead of overseeing a company or a corporation, when you're handling management, you're overseeing a country when you're overseeing government. So it's a little, there are some differences. But I think that he'll do a good job. So that's it. I'm Jordan Long. I hope you enjoyed this video.